Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Honorable Yang Muhammad Fatuna Siddiq, Minister of Education, Malaysia, Professor Fernando Ribas, Ford Foundation Professor of the Practice of International Education at the Harvard Graduate School of Education, Mr. Muhammad Khalid bin Muhammad Latif, Director General of Student Pantau Madani at the Prime Minister's Office, Mr. Lin Benchu, Board Member of Pemimpin, my colleague, Mr. Samuel Izaya, Executive Director of Pemimpin, Ms. Hattie Abdullah, Executive Director of Macy Fulbright, Deputy Directors and Officers from the Ministry of Education, leaders of foundations and civil society organizations, academics, lecturers, and representatives from higher education institutions, esteemed teachers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as I came to the podium, I noticed the key message of Malaysia Teacher Prize: the power of a teacher, the potential of a nation. This resonates with the theme of Happy Teachers Day, Guru Bitara, Nadi Negara, Outstanding Teachers, Heart of the Nation. So this morning, I'm given the honor to talk a little bit to give the overview of the Malaysian Education Blueprint 2026-2035, which was launched by our Prime Minister on the 20th of January this year. So let me begin by wishing all educators Happy Teachers Day. Selamat Hari Guru. Guru Bitara, Nadi Negara. Today's engagement is especially meaningful as we value the perspectives, expertise, and global insights of distinguished academics and scholars such as yourselves. We believe that international dialogue, research collaboration, and shared educational experiences are essential in strengthening policy implementation and advancing educational excellence. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, basically, when we came up with the MEB 2026-2035, we actually sought 31,100 input from all the different stakeholders, locally and also internationally. We also sought the feedback and also opinions from UNICEF and the World Bank. So this MEB is actually a blueprint from rakyat to rakyat, meaning to say from people to people. Yeah. It also reflects the real needs of our education system. To that space. Okay, this is basically the framework from of MEB Blueprint 2026-2035. The vision and mission of MOE is quality education, learning individuals for a prosperous nation. The mission of MOE, upholding a quality education system that develops individuals to their full potential and fulfills the aspirations of the nation. So the goal of MEB 2026-2035 is to nurture individuals who are ethical, knowledgeable, skilled, resilient, and confident in alignment with the national education policy. So the focuses of MEB 2026-2035 are basically quality, access and equity, resources availability, flexibility, and sustainability. So there are basically 5 key focuses. The formula for Malaysian Education Blueprint is basically 5-5-7-12. 5 key focuses, 5 students' characteristics, 7 strategic trusts, and 12 non-negotiables. Okay, next please. So these are basically the 7 strategic trusts, as I mentioned earlier. I will not go into the details of every single one, but I will highlight the topics, the titles of each trust. Yeah. Okay, strategic trust one, ensuring an inclusive, dynamic, and relevant education system. Yeah, in order the system is designed to produce students who are responsible to global challenges, meet the needs of both present and future generations, and nurture highly educated and skilled individuals who can contribute to the nation's social and economic development. And it is inclusive and relevant. The inclusive and relevant education of this blueprint emphasizes ensuring equal opportunities to enhance competitiveness at global level. Trust strategic 2 is basically on optimizing every pupil's potential to thrive as a global citizen, meaning to say that no child is left behind. So the students in Malaysia will be nurtured and trained to become knowledgeable, highly skilled individuals, and who are also aware of and concerned about global issues. So the elements of sustainability and global citizenship in education is also given focus in this particular blueprint. Okay, strategic trust 3, where we actually are here to discuss, is basically transforming educators to be highly competent and future-oriented. So this strategic trust seeks to empower educators with advanced skills and strong professional values as agents of change and key players in developing our future talent. Teachers and school leaders who can adapt to the ever-changing educational landscape will be able to drive transformation and enhance the quality of education holistically. For strategic trust 4, enhancing infrastructure and infrastructure across all MOE institutions. We have in our system the digital education policy. At the same time, we are also giving a focus on infrastructure in order to provide quality infrastructure to all our students. Yeah, I will talk more about the dilapidated schools, which is the focus of our immediate reform, so to say, or later in the section where I will talk about the non-negotiables. Okay. And then strategic trust 5 focuses on strengthening synergy between MOE institutions and stakeholders. It is very important that the Minister of Education also get assistance from the NGOs and from the various stakeholders. So this strategic trust also aims to provide necessary aid and support to all schools across Malaysia, ensuring a more equitable and quality education. Okay. Trust 6, we are giving focus on cultivating sustainability within the education ecosystem. So this time around, we are strengthening or giving more focus on education for sustainable development as well as SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, in order to nurture more responsible and conscientious citizens towards environmental, social, and economic sustainability. This effort aims to increase awareness, instill values, and translate knowledge into action through a contextual problem-solving approach. In addition, emphasis is placed on integrating sustainability values through the curriculum and co-curriculum. Okay, and the last strategic trust 7, is enhancing the efficiency of governance and the delivery system. So this strategic trust focuses on strengthening the structures and functions of MOE education institutions through systemic and focused governance. The provision of guided autonomy to educational institutions enables school leaders to make more flexible decisions based on local needs while complying with established procedures and guidelines. In addition, strengthening change and risk management in the education system would ensure that institutions are proactive, well prepared to face challenges, and are able to adapt to policy shifts and unprecedented crisis. Okay. Right, next please. Okay. So these are basically, can we move on to the slide on quick wins? Yeah. Okay, right. These are the slides, basically the slides on non-negotiables in Malaysian Education Blueprint 2026 and 2035. The motto of our Malaysian Education Blueprint is closing the gap, raising the bar, together we succeed. So that's the motto of our MEB 2026 to 2035. So basically, as I mentioned earlier, the blueprint is anchored on 7 strategic thrusts, ensuring that the nation's education system remains inclusive, resilient, innovative, and globally competitive. So there are basically 14 quick wins that are identified for the 2-year period, 2026 to 2035. When the focus for the quick wins for 2026 for 2035, basically, in terms of structure, this year we will have 17 new schools that begin operating in 2026, consisting of 2 primary schools and 15 secondary schools. That is actually a large investment in terms of educational investment, yeah. And then we will also work on the 50 dilapidated schools, which will be upgraded in 2026. And then 1,800 schools will be equipped with computer lab equipment, plus the ones that we already have in our system already. And 333 daily boarding schools in Malaysia will be equipped with CCTV systems. Not only the boarding schools, but daily boarding schools, yeah? So we'll be equipped with the CCTV in order to address any issue of bullying and others. Okay, for inclusive education, 200 new special ed classes will be opened in 2026 and 2027. And there also an effort on expanding the comprehensive special model school program, K11, where we would have the primary, secondary, right up to Form 5 students in one particular school. So that is called K11, 11 years of schooling, basically. Okay, and then three schools are already opened in 2026, and 4 schools will be opened in 2027 in terms of K11. And then one Malaysia Special Education Sports School, which is located in Bandar and State Line, will begin operation in 2026. Okay, in terms of teacher administration, 1,470 teacher assistants, MyPG, will be deployed in 2026 and 2027, with 564 deployed on 26 January this year. Okay, another development is basically another focus of Quick Win is to provide 600 MyStep hostel warden assistants, PWA, and they will be appointed starting March 2026 this year. Okay, and all preschool teachers will be trained online to strengthen their English language proficiency. Okay, in terms of technology and education innovation, 800 schools will implement the AI-powered program, with 260 schools in 2026 and 540 in 2027. And then already in the system, we already have the Dilemma 3.0 learning platform, which is the digital platform powered by AI. Will be introduced starting January 2027. But the Dilemma 3.0 platform is already there in our system. Okay, in terms of leadership opportunities and global experience, a total of 500 B40, bottom 40%, students will be given the opportunity to participate in an English language leadership camp abroad, 250 in 2026 and 250 in 2027. And finally, a total of 200 Penang children of the ethnic minority in Sarawak, in Belaga, especially the area called Belaga, will participate in a special humanistic education program. Okay. I will not take much of the time here. We should allow for Professor Fernando Ramos to give his invaluable input. But I would like to focus more on the strategic trust 3, which is on strategy 4. The strategy 4 is basically developing transformative leaders who are highly capable and future-oriented. Yeah, for strategy 4, strengthening succession planning by developing a pipeline of educational leaders grounded in values and a systemic vision. That will be the focus for strategic 4. And also enhancing flexibility in the placement of head teachers in primary schools and in the transition of teachers from primary to secondary schools. Okay, under Trust 3, also, in terms of transforming educators to be highly capable and future-oriented, the Ministry aspires to strengthen the education ecosystem by empowering educators and learners who are adaptive, innovative, and prepared to navigate future challenges. So this trust emphasizes the development of resilient education workforce that is equipped not only with professional competencies, but also with strong values, strategic thinking, and the ability to lead from transformation across all levels of education. Right. Okay. Also under strategic 4, efforts will be intensified to strengthen succession planning by developing a sustainable pipeline of educational leaders grounded in strong values, integrity, and a holistic systemic vision. This initiative ensures leadership continuity within the education sector while preparing future leaders to respond effectively to evolving educational needs and global developments. Okay, next please. Next please. Okay, next please. Okay. Basically, I would like to highlight that there are 3 phases of the Malaysian Education Blueprint 2026-2035. Phase 1 from 2026 to 2027, where we have the big wins. And then phase 2 from 2028 to 2030, that is the medium initiatives phase. And the third phase is the long-term initiatives from 2031 to 2035. Okay, overall, the focus of MEB 2026-2035 is in line with our new curriculum persekolahan, schooling curriculum 2026, which is the ultimate aim is basically to provide holistic individuals, or in Malay we call it insan sejahtera. Yeah. And also we have already begun with our preschool curriculum starting this year, which is the new curriculum for preschools. I think that's all from the Ministry of Education. So on behalf of the Ministry of Education Malaysia, I would like to thank everyone for listening. Thank you very much.